travel tips. uh, this is Angelina Allsop. Are you facing a writing task but are not a fan of writing? Do you have to write an essay or a blog post or even an email you don't know how to do well? This is Angelina Allsop of thetravelingauthor.com, where books plus travel equals happiness. If you want the best book recommendations, writing, and travel tips, make sure that you subscribe to my channel and then also hit that bell to be notified when I post a new video every Wednesday. This is my foolproof method that I use not only when I'm writing my books, but also when I'm writing my blog posts on thetravelingauthor.com. And today I'm going to share them for free with you. Be sure to stay to the end, and I will have 3 bonus tips for you for those who especially want to do something like a blog post, an article, or a persuasive essay. Step number 1. Make a quick outline. You don't have to know what the whole thing is going to say. You don't have to write out the whole email to your boss. But sometimes some quick bullet points of what you want to talk about will dramatically help improve what you're writing, especially when it comes to a blog post, because many of those quick outline bullet points that you use can just be the title of the section. Step number 2. Keep it short and sweet, especially for emails. If you end up writing more than a few sentences on an email, just stop what you're doing and pick up the phone and call. Email communication has been proven to be a very ineffective means of communications. But even when a blog post or an essay, you don't have to ramble on. Rambling on. A long essay does not equal a good essay. That's what makes me a little bit mental with like word count requirements with essays. Seriously, if you can cut things shorter and find a shorter way of saying things, it sounds so much better. I promise. Step number 3. Break up your paragraphs. You don't want a long chunk of writing. It just, their eyes will just glaze over it. Break it up. Bullet points, bolding, images, hashtags, arrows, graphs, videos, whatever you have to do to break it up, especially on a blog post where it's going to be a little bit longer form. Break that up so the eye can just jump to the main points, right, like one at a time. Step number 4, don't forget your call to action. And if you can, if applicable, add a deadline. This is especially important with emails. Where there's going to be a lot of back and forth. At the end of the email, you kind of want a clear action step that the other person can take. Please kindly follow up by the end of the day. But especially in blog posts, the call to action can be a little bit more subtle. Be sure to consider all the factors that are involved in voting for your next president. Comment below and let me know of your child's experience with bullying. They don't have to be so do this by the end of the day, but if you can, it tends to be much more effective with your writing. Comment below and let me know if you want to learn more about calls to actions, because they can be a little bit more involved. They're not as, a lot of people don't know about them, so just let me know. Comment below and let me know if you want to hear more about call to actions, maybe a list of them, how to write an effective one, a little bit more of that. I know I'm going through these really quick, but don't worry, I will have a free PDF download with all of this information in a nice, easy PDF that you can download for free, and the link will be in the description. Number 5, read out loud before you hit submit or send in an email. Read it out loud. I've got some seriously embarrassing, funny mistakes, but I caught them because I read my email real quick out loud. Your brain is designed to adjust, okay? So it will auto-correct all of those mistakes. There's studies shown on it. I was reading a book where a guy was staring at a sign It was a stop sign, and no, I don't think it was a stop sign, but it was like a yield sign or something like that. And he was staring at it because it was bothering him. And then the letters actually moved. Obviously, they didn't physically move, but his brain moved them. Like, he noticed that he was auto-correcting the spelling. It was spelled wrong, and he couldn't figure it out at first. That's how powerful your mind is. Okay, so don't just read through in your head. Read it out loud, because that interrupts this like flow that your brain has conveniently done for you. So it's a really good feature for just being able to adjust and figure stuff out really fast, but not so good when you're writing. Step number 6. Take 15 to 30 minutes to learn some basic grammar rules. And then also install Grammarly. So Grammarly will catch a lot of those like common mistakes, but there's a lot of things that Grammarly doesn't quite catch. It'll catch a lot, but not everything. So just take there's like English 101. If you search on YouTube, free English 101 class, or English 101 in 20 minutes, or something like that. Quick grammar rules. You'll find a whole list of things that if you just learn like 5 to 10 things, it will drastically improve your writing. All right, as promised, these 3 bonus tips for people who are doing business writing, persuasive writing, or something like a blog post. So number 1, make sure that you're solving a problem. So in order to do that, you have to know what the problems are. So who is your audience? What problems are they experiencing? And then how can you solve them? You want to be able to really understand what your audience is going through. Step number 2, talk about your credentials up front. It could just be a quick sentence like, this is Angelina Allsop, I'm a published author. And if I'm talking about writing, then there you go, there's my credibility. Or if it's a couple sentences, or even if it's like a quick anecdote to explain that you have been through this tough thing that they're going through. Otherwise, if you don't do it up front, like in the first paragraph, really, maybe the second paragraph, then the whole time as you're telling them what to do, the audience is going to be questioning whether you are the person to explain this to them. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you don't say that you're a doctor or a nutritionist, or have studied nutrition for 6 years, or went through this dramatic thing where you had horrible stomach pains, but then after experimenting for 9 months, you found this amazing thing, then the whole time that they're reading these little tidbits, they're going to be like, you know what you're talking about? They're just going to question it, So help yourself, help your audience out, tell them why they should be listening to you up front. All right, and third, add a personal touch. Those anecdotes are amazing. So even in persuasive writings, if it doesn't have to be yours, like it can be the experience of someone that went through something, or a case study, or something like that. But it's bring the human element into your writing. But especially with article writing, especially with blog posts, business writing, the readers want to know about you. So give that to them. Like talk about how you struggle. Be open about your vulnerable parts. Like the things that you went through. Be vulnerable. It makes you more real. It makes the problem more accomplishable, I guess. It gives you a little bit more credibility, like you're a real person. It's weird how adding a little bit of vulnerability will actually strengthen your writing and your connection with your audience. It's weird, but it works. Now you have some really powerful tools that will help you dramatically improve your writing, and really they only take a few minutes to implement. Be sure to click in the description. I have the link that summarizes everything that we talked about today. Alright, so now you know exactly how non-writers and new writers can improve their writing with some simple tricks. But be sure to look out for next week's video when I talk about overcoming writer's block. Let me know, what problems are you experiencing with writing? Comment below and I might just create a video to solve those problems. Again, don't forget to download the video, it's in the description. And if this video was helpful, please subscribe, hit the bell button, share with your friend, and then hit that like button so I know to make more videos like this. Alright, see you in the next one. Bye!